Namaskar, Swagatam. We would like to welcome you all on AYUSH SAMRIDDHI 746th journey, the journey of excellence, the journey of knowledge sharing. I would like to communicate my sincere thanks to all guardians and speakers. I would like to welcome Dr. Shantalaji from Latvia. I would like to welcome Dr. Bandanaji from Ohio, USA, and Dr. Ish Sharma from Mauritius, along with our guardians, Professor Dr. Vishnu Prasad Sharma ji from Assam, Professor V.K. Agnihotri sir from Haridwar, at present from Pune, Vaidya Rajan Patankar sir from Mumbai. Welcome, sir. As we all are aware that due to Zoom bombarding, we have restricted the entry on Zoom. Only guardians, speakers, and our mentors are attending directly. And this meeting is live on YouTube. So we can circulate YouTube link to all. Thank you very much. Today, we are conducting
my video is not visible.
Job and responsibilities of Ayurvedic chairs. Two Ayurveda chairs with us, Dr. Shantala ji and Dr. Ish Sharma ji, who is supporting us like anything from last so many years. Thank you very much again. And in next webinar on obstetric fistula, Dr. Bandana ji will guide us. Very unique subject. Nobody was ready on the subject to share his experiences. Thank you. So I would like to invite Professor Vishnu Prasad Sharma ji for his welcome blessings. Welcome, sir.
Namaskar. Good evening to everybody. Respected distinguished guests, eminent speaker, ladies and I, Professor Dr. Vishnu Prasad Sharma, welcome all of you to this evening webinar on Ayurveda share, challenges and opportunities. Most important subject today we have. In this webinar, we have eminent speaker. I want to welcome Professor Ish Sharma, AYUSH Chair, Mauritius, University of Mauritius, from Mauritius. Namaskar, sir, and welcome you to this evening webinar. Next, I want to welcome Professor T.R. Santala Priyadarshani, AYUSH Chair, Latvia University of Latvia, Riga, Latvia. Namaskar, madam, and welcome you to this evening webinar on Ayurveda share, challenges and opportunities. Once again, I welcome all the eminent speaker, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, to this evening webinar. सबको स्वागत करते हूँ. नमस्कार. Over to Pawan ji.
Thank you very much, sir. Due to greatness of all of you, really, we are able to reach every nook and corner of the India and 27 countries. That is a separate issue that in this fast era, everybody is viewing our program as per their conveniences. Thank you very much for joining again. I would like to request Professor V.K. Agnihotri sir for brief preamble, and then we would like to invite the speaker.
Thank you, Professor Pawan Sharma ji, and namaskar to all the national and international guests of today's webinar. It's our great pleasure really, that we are going to have such a distinguished, experienced guest speakers from international level to have the real aspect of the chair as it is being established outside India. So we can say now the international Ayurveda is going to be giving his their address. Our Ayurveda is going to speak from outside India. though we are Indians, and we do hope that it is the leading place of India that they are approaching and they are advocating the total principles of Ayurveda from their seats, from their chairs. So it's really a very fortunate occasion, today's webinar, and I welcome Professor Shantala ji, Professor E. Sharma Saab, the two speakers of our today's chair, have the chair concept, and again, Madam Vandana Banerjee ji for the next speaker as a means fistula in as far as the obstetric field is concerned. Whether Rajan Patenka is also is being seen from big gap, so I just bow my head in his respect, and all the dignitaries those who have joined and will join our platform through YouTube and also visit our archive. They are all our respected persons, and they are our strength to highlight our webinars activities worldwide, nationwide, year-wise, and time immemorial. So with these words, I again welcome our very distinguished and respected guest for today's webinar. Thank you so much, and over to Pawan Sharma. Namaskar.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Now I would like to hand over the mic to Professor E. Sharma ji. This creation, this concept, this conduction, and this advice was from E. Sharma ji, and we are really on first step of Ayurveda chair, because I am confident that Shantala ji and E. Sharma ji will definitely organize a total chair meeting on our platform. We are waiting for that. So welcome, Professor E. Sharma ji. Welcome.
Good evening to all. And surely this was actually an original idea from Professor Shantala Priyadarshini ji, that there should be a talk. Rather, she created a WhatsApp group, including all the chairs, and they should be sharing their experiences, their problems. That has been a very worthwhile group. And through her only, we did post to other people also who have been serving as Ayurveda chair, or who have some experience with it. Somehow, like, everyone could not find time at such a short notice, but very rightly put up by Pawanji that very soon we will be requesting the enlightened speakers to come forward and share their experiences and what are kind of a SWOT analysis for Ayurveda. What are the strengths, weaknesses, what are the opportunities, what are the threats? So India has signed nearly 15 Ayurveda chair MOUs with the 15 countries, out of which unfortunately only 2 are posted as of today, and 13 are still vacant and awaiting postings. 2 postings have been given, 2 people have been selected for Mexico and for Australia, but they are yet to join. So let's see when would they be joining. But I believe this is a very wonderful step, has got immense potential, challenges, threats, opportunities, and whatnot. The one-word agenda we have got, it's a common draft agenda, what Shantala ji and I got, is promotion of Ayurveda. And beyond that, you are up to yourself. You have to explore your own ways. And fortunately or unfortunately, we are like the first chairs in our respective countries. So there were not well-laid tracks which we could follow. Okay, someone started something, we could just pursue it. That could have been a bit easy for us. That earlier person has done something and now we continue that, and we keep on adding something from our creativity also. So being for the first time, no one knows what is Ayurveda chair. Many do not know what is Ayurveda. And to starting from that scratch was surely not easy, but I will not say difficult. It was challenging and it was enjoyable. So I'm completing 18 months in Mauritius this time, and have more than expected outcomes, and very happy with that. I found a very conducive environment as compared to Shantala ji, because she is in such a tough situation where they do not have the culture, they do not know Ayurveda, they do not speak Indian languages, and she really had to work a lot harder. And I believe I was a bit more fortunate that way. So what we could do was the most significant work, as we have been discussing earlier also, but formally on this platform, is I could include Ayurveda and yoga in the primary school curricula with the Ministry of Education. So as I told you, this is a small story. Arriving here, I did notice that Mauritius is reporting like 2 to 3 times when it comes to like a global comparison in the NCDs. Non-communicable diseases are 2 to 3 times higher than the global average. Overweight population is 73%. So diabetics and pre-diabetics are 55%. So it's like way ahead, unfortunately, than the global average. And Ayurveda has very clearly told that these lifestyle diseases are a one-way traffic. They do not come to go back. You have to work very hard all your life to invite these lifestyle diseases, because the body doesn't want to fall ill. It wants to stay healthy. So we have to work very, very hard against nature towards Vikriti to invite one lifestyle disorder or the other. And as Charak said, Prameho Anushangi Nam. So lifestyle diseases, when they come, then they do not go away. You only have to suppress them, suppress symptoms, or bear their complications and whatnot. We do not have a vaccine, a tablet, a surgery, or X or Y or Z. That is where I spoke to Honorable Vice Prime Minister Ma'am, who happens to be the Education Minister as well in Mauritius. I requested her in a very informal meeting that, ma'am, if we keep waiting to become a patient and then reacting, that principle will not hold good. Reactive medication will not help, because prevention here against lifestyle diseases, prevention is not better than cure. Prevention is the only cure. So she said, okay, what should we do? I said, okay, catch them young. Let's not wait for them to become like 20, 30, 40 years old. And when they are diabetic, then they go to the best diabetologist. You know, this mechanism will not work. If this mechanism was working, then NCD populations would not be rising. You have diabetes, you take a pill, your diabetes is eradicated. Simple as that. Why to be afraid of diabetes? Unfortunately, we do not have cure for any lifestyle disease. There is not one. That is where the individual responsibility is enhanced. You have to be personally more responsible. And I suggested the Ministry of Education to include Ayurveda and yoga from their habit forming years. When the kids are young, they are developing their habits. That is the time to tell them how to eat right, what is the ahara from Ayurveda, and what are the diseases if you overeat, if you take junk food, what are the goodnesses of yoga, what is common yoga protocol, what are your kitchen spices, what good do they do, what are the researches. So I prepared a small program. I called it AYUSH Wellness Program, and I developed into a 4-hour training, out of which 1 hour was common yoga protocol, because common yoga protocol from the Ministry of Ayush is a 45-minute program, and some like talking about it. So I kept 1 hour for yoga, practical yoga session, followed by 3 hours of Ayurveda. And the Vice Prime Minister Madam was very clear. She told you for the grades 1 to 6, grade 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 are called primary schooling in Mauritius. Because those are small kids, we cannot give them very complex topics. We cannot give them very complex like concepts. We have to keep it very simple. And I was suggested to give 5 bullet points each grade, as simple as possible. So I sat with their doctors, modern doctors, and their teachers and trainers and curriculum. There is a curriculum unit, and finally we could fine tune and we could reach to this Ayush Wellness Program. Then the training, this 4-hour training was given to 550 persons who are the health educators who teach the students regarding health and wellness. Those who are trained in batches of 50 each. And now this has gone to their textbooks. So this was really something very significant for me personally. I believe would have been like, I will always remember this as an achievement. Then we prepared one Ayurvedic garden at the presidential palace, at the official residence of His Excellency the President of Mauritius. This could be the first presidential palace in the world to have an Ayurvedic garden. It is not called a medicinal garden or a herbal garden. It is called an Ayurvedic garden. So all the file, all the communication, everything goes by the word Ayurvedic garden. So this, I believe, is a very big boost. And His Excellency the President is very sure, and he did speak to me, that I want to showcase to the world this goodness of herbs. Whenever any state guest comes to me, I will be happily taking them around, showing them what can herbs do. So I proposed a list of 80 herbs, out of which 57 were procured locally and 23, what we could not get here, we have requested the Ministry of AYUSH to send those 23 species, 50 plants each. I believe very soon they will be sending that supply to us. And third development in Mauritius was Ayurveda, Yoga, Homeopathy were already approved in Mauritius, but Siddha and Unani were not approved. And to complete, because the original designation for the chair was Ayush chair, so we had to take care of complete Ayush spectrum, and with little running around, with little exercise, we could convince the government to include Siddha and Unani in their Ayurveda and other traditional medicines Act 37 of 1989. So 2022, the act has been renamed. Ayurveda word has been replaced by Ayush, and the Siddha and Unani have been included. Now, after India and Sri Lanka, Mauritius is the third country in the world to recognize all the five, AYUSH. There is no other country which recognizes all the five. So this was something really very credible, I believe. And now the work is on regarding developing the standards. What Unani and Siddha qualifications will be approved? What will be the rules and regulations, as we have got like a traditional medicine board. So the traditional medicine board will also be edited, and Siddha and Unani will also be incorporated into it. Now, this was these were the achievements of the last year. This year, I have got a very big idea for the government of Mauritius, and that is to create Ayurveda Pharmacopoeia of Mauritius. Ayurveda is approved in Mauritius since 1989, but for last 34 years, they could not, or they did not think of developing their own pharmacopoeia, Ayurveda pharmacopoeia and essential drug list. So I've been requesting the Mauritian authorities for last 1 year, and fortunately last week only, I got a grant of 1 million MUR, that is around like 20 lakhs Indian rupees, to conduct one ethnobotanical survey. I suggested them I will be doing a pilot study. I will be studying your plants, and HPLC will be conducted upon 30 herbs. And then we create a pilot kind of a pharmacopoeia. And and this is to be done in 12 months. I'll be starting in July, and I have to finish by next July. And based upon this pilot study, for which the Mauritius government is giving a big grant, I believe the Pharmacopoeia Commission would be set up, and it will be a permanent commission, as we have Pharmacopoeia Commission in India, which is a permanent body, and every 4 years they edit their pharmacopoeia. So if this happens, this really will be a very big achievement in terms of Ayurveda quality control and standardization, because they will be having like all the herbal monographs and fingerprints, and they can accept or reject like what quality of herb do they approve or not. So this essential document is missing, and I'm looking forward to creating this as well. And there have been problems, like I have suggested many training modules to the Ministry of Health, but they are sometimes very late to respond. And so there are many ideas, like 10 to 15 ideas, which still have not got a green signal. But I am very much positive. I'll keep banging, keep reminding them, and sooner or later they will have to respond. And I'll be concluding with this one information. both the prime ministers on 19th of April at GCTM Jamnagar announced the setting up of a center of excellence in Ayurveda in Mauritius. And the Prime Minister of Mauritius also spoke that now we have got Ayurveda chair also. It was in his speech. So the land has been given to us. The agency has been hired. It's a 12 acres of land. And I believe this will be, because this is a very ambitious project which is approved by both the prime ministers directly, and both the governments are very keen. India is ready to sponsor, to bear all the expenses, because Mauritius is like a younger brother to India. So if the center comes up, this will be having in a later stage, this will be having a graduation college, and it will be, Mauritius is the gateway to Africa mainland. So we are targeting that once this center of excellence is set up, we will be spreading more Ayurveda to like 55 African countries and getting patients and students from Africa to come to Mauritius to this Indian center of excellence. And the University of Mauritius has approved to recognize BAMS in case we launch BAMS. And the government of India has assured all the medical, paramedical, teachers, all the staff would be sent by the Indian government, Ministry of AYUSH, until and unless they are having their own manpower. So looking forward to it. And surely then, Pavanji, we can take up a few issues in during the discussion, if you permit me to stop.
You are the commander of the platform, sir. How can I permit you? It is your wish. Yes, definitely excellent. Excellent. You are inspiring as always. So now I would like to request, with your permission, respected Madam Shantala Priyadarsani ji. Welcome, Madam. स्वागत है आपका. ये मंच आपका है. हम सब आपके हैं. Welcome.
Sir, I would like to share my...
Yes, you can, Madam. You are co-host.
Sir, did I get my presentation? Are you able to see my presentation?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, clearly.
So, first, Ayurveda chair, how it is being selected is a lot of people's question. Whenever I give talks in many other places, people have been asking what is the format or how you were selected, and how we being into Ayurveda from many years, giving talks everywhere and writing articles, living Ayurveda is what is very much necessary. There is a format given as to specifications as to how can apply for Ayurveda chair. So your educational qualification, clinical, and all other parameters, how many books you have published, how many articles you have published, how well are you known, like what are your criteria. Then after the selection, then what happens is that is sent to the university. 3 people are selected, 3 people's format will be sent to the university, and the university has the choice of selecting one person out of that. So 3 people profile was sent to University of Latvia, and they selected me. So that's how I'm here. And so challenges are I would like to remember this from Robin Sharma, who says, keep challenging to think better, do better, and be better. So when I had to come here, I did not know about Riga, Latvia. And after coming here, I saw that language was a big issue, culture, food. Being a vegetarian, it was very difficult. My cooking has improved. So Indo-Baltic Slavic language is the base for the Baltic countries. There are 3 Baltic countries, and Latvia, Lithuania, and Estonia are the 3 countries. So after I came here, I accepted, okay, why was I sent to Riga, Latvia? Riga, Latvia is like almost like Himalayas. The climatic condition, the calmness, the purity of air, everything. So it was good that I was selected and sent here. When I joined, I met the rector here and the professors and all of them. And then the job actually was I had to translate my academic and professional certificates into Latvian language. So every certificate had to be translated and applied, and it had to be submitted. And after 1 month or so, after my submission of all this, then they gave me this certificate. You are able to see this certificate. It is also in Latvia. You'll be able to see only my name in English. So then after that, this is the Academic Information Center. I have translated into English for you to see. And then they will give you, then you have to apply for a card, residential permit card. Why I'm telling you all this is, when I had to join, there was COVID. And because of that, Riga was a red zone, so I could not join. So I had to join in February. When I joined in February, it was already um, 6 months old. My police verification certificate was 6 months old. Here in Latvia, they wanted for within 3 months. So I had to again get it. And all this happened, which put a lot of pressure on me. So I thought, oh, why did I come to this country? What is going to happen? But then the people here were very friendly and they helped me out. Then I got the card. See, why I'm telling you about this card is very important. To a few days back, we saw the Ayush conclave, which has been dealing about all this, how to make everybody onto one number. This is RP card here is given a number, and wherein you will have all the details. Wherever you go, you will have it, whether you go to a bank or whether you go to a medical facility, everywhere. And that is very important. That is happening in India. This is what a medical thing will look like. It is very interesting to see. And I learned a lot about this, how things happen and all that. And then uh, it is almost like Vedic footprints are everywhere in the Baltic countries. So I learned a lot of history. Then I saw what are the flora and fauna, which is so much essential. They're like treasures of for Ayurveda. Then the next big challenge was we had the International Yoga Day. Here, yoga has been 100-year old. It has a history of 100 years old. And Swami Shivananda of Himalayas had been here. So it is a very good base. And I was thinking like almost all Western people, they would be knowing only Hatha Yoga. But to my surprise, the conference was on freedom of inner consciousness. That was beyond my understanding. Like, how can people here think of consciousness? It was Atma and all that we know. I have been teaching about it. I have been teaching Padartha Vignana and as a teacher and as a clinician and all that. But here, when I had to present the paper on inner consciousness as a clinician's purview on in Ayurveda, it was an eye opener for me. I had to do a lot of work on that, and it was very, very interesting. See, here you can see the photo of the morning session when we did yoga, and here is the conference that we had. We had a lady from Ukraine. We had people. Madan Tangaveluji was from UK. India, many Indians also were included for the conference. It was a virtual hybrid conference, and it was very good. It was. I'm planning to bring out an article on that because it is like hard solutions, soft solutions. We have a lot of things going on about inner consciousness. Then this is the photo of people 100-year-old history. Then the other thing was I went to the National Library, which is this is the National Library here at 12 or 14 floor building, and wonderful. See, these are the books that have been donated. People have been donating a lot of books. Here I found Mahatma Gandhi bust here, and here UNESCO records it as Memory of World Registration. Dianas, they are called. They're like almost 2 to 6 word, like the Vedas. So I have given a proposal that we should do work on that. Then the most important thing that I did, apart from the presentation in International Yoga Day, was I published an article on virtual Ayurveda, a global museum. We want to have global museums, which should be virtual, so that to create awareness, it will be wonderful. Because if we don't have awareness, if we don't create awareness, then it is not possible to make it global so quickly. So I sent this article, and IIA, the International Journal of Ayurveda Research, published it, and this was a very good move, and it had an impact. A lot of people appreciated it, and it would be good if my friends and guardians here would uh, read it. Restoration of Ayush legacy through museums, creating global awareness. So this article is something which is very important to be thought over and done immediately. And a few days back on we had the International Museum Expo, and in that we have sing like museums, sustainability, and well-being. So my article also throws light on all this. So this is one article which had an impact. And then we had Erasmus programs wherein people from 5 European nations had come, and I had very good interaction with them. I learned a lot from those 5 European countries and gave them Ayurveda and yoga. So it was a very fruitful journey for me. And youngsters who could learn very fast, and I taught them yoga, pranayama, Ayurveda, how to focus, and all that. It was very well received. And here is our uh, His Excellence. Why are ambassadors called His Excellency? I was wondering. But after I got guidance and support from His Excellency Sri Tanmay Lalji, the ambassador of Sweden and Latvia, I understood. Yes, they are excellent in everything, so they are called His Excellency. I met 4 or 5 ambassadors in Europe, and I am proud to say that everybody is excellent. And I am fortunate to be supported and guided by Sri Tanmay Lalji, His Excellency. Then we had this International Ayurveda Day, and we had nearly 25 people from all over the world. Luckily, Dr. Ish Sharma had also participated. He gave us time, and the previous chairs like Asmita Velaji and Dr. Sar Shetty ji were also participated. They sent their 5 minute to 10-minute video, and they helped me a lot when I joined as to how it should be done, what should be done, how do you come here, why you should come with official passport, so on and so forth. So these were the people who started the ICE chair uh, profile in WhatsApp. So it was not me, it was Dr. Asmita Vele and Dr. Sarshetty. We have had a lot of interaction with the previous chairs. The previous chair here was Dr. Um, he guided me a lot. So here is how we demonstrated. We had with Dr. Madan Tangam Sharma. Veluji provided a lot of inputs as to how the global Ayurveda day should be conducted. We were very fortunate. The Ministry of Ayush, with such a short notice, also they sent me a very good recording from the minister, Ayush Minister Shri Sonowalji, and then we had Vaidya Padma Shri Rajesh Kotecha ji also sending a presentation. So it was a awesome program. Everybody appreciated because we had people from USA, we had people from Sydney, Melbourne. We had a lot of people from Europe. So it was a very good program, and I was happy I could do that. And I'm looking at what all Ayush, Ministry of Ayush is doing, and stalwarts there are creating history. So I keep myself aware of what is happening. So Ministry of Ayush had a national Ayush mission conclave. So when I see that, it inspires me, and they are guiding. I am directly reporting to Dr. Nesari and also Vaidya Kotecha ji, and they give us good guidance and support. I actually was writing articles for infectious disease, and I came to know there is a conference on infectious disease. So I wrote an article, an abstract, and I also shared this news to Dr. E. Sharma, and he too sent one article. Both were accepted, but unfortunately, it was not approved by the government of India. They did not say that whether we could go or not go. So it was a little bit frustrating. But later on, I came to know that it was all for good because they had not kept quiet. They had sent this information to the embassy of that particular place to check whether it is authentic, whether we could go, and whether it was worthwhile, and all that. And because they did not get good feedback, we were not sent. So that was a challenge, but all challenges are good. All opportunities will come with challenges also. Then I had started doing a lot of review articles. Writing review articles itself is a learning opportunity. European Journal of Medicinal Plants, Journal of Research and Indian Medicine. So these are some of the journals which I always do review articles. So review articles is both for learning about Europe, everything about Europe, and all the other things that is happening in the world of research. We have Hindu culture in Riga also. We have a lot of people following ISKCON here, and we have other groups doing Buddhist culture, other people doing Shakti Puja and all that. So it is not that, and in the first year, I had not yet got acquainted with all these people. Now slowly I am getting acquainted, and I'm going about everywhere. The tram service, the bus service, this thing is wonderful. Here is a park wherein you can see the history and how kids are playing around, all that. And here is Professor Valdez, who is the director of the International Indic Studies. He is a great support. He gives a lot of guidance. And we were planning how to do the International Yoga Day this year. And this is the university front division. And here is how the snow looks in February, December, March, and all that. And here is one more stalwart I have been fortunate to have met, Shri Dr. Vikram Chauhan. And this is the biology professor, botany professor. She is a very good friend. She is doing a lot of work. And exhibition of India, land of tradition. There was a very unique exhibition here, hosted by embassy, and it threw a lot of light on what are the traditions, how these traditions are happening, And every exhibit made me feel that I'm proud to be an Indian. Then in Berlin, World Ayurveda Congress was there. It had conducted a World Ayurveda Congress, and fortunately, because I am in Europe, I was invited for the satellite program, and this was something which made me feel very happy, very proud that Government of India has deputed me to come over here, and I could meet nearly 80 doctors who are Ayurveda Vaidyas all over Europe, all over Germany. And because of the Ayurveda Day, I had contacted a lot of people, and and I plan to do a study so that people survey of Indian diaspora that I have submitted to Government of India. What the question should be, why it should be done, and all that. So we are supposed to be submitting projects as to what should be done. Here is, you can see, these are all people who are Ukrainians. Because of the war, Ukrainians, a lot of Ukrainians have come out to uh, Riga, and this is the immigration center. There are 4 such buildings, and immigration, and these are all the people who come for food. Either they don't have mother, or they don't have father, they don't have anybody to take care, and these are aged people who are all being fed food. Food for friends is what it is called. You can see the food that is being served, and we were part of it. So whenever we had leave, whenever we had time, we would go and help them out. These are the teenagers I had been speaking about, the Erasmus program. Then I was fortunate to be speaker in, it is almost like 50 minutes about a specific topic. One was on HBsAg, the other one was my own topic, Ayurveda and eye care. So it is from the American Association of North America. And to present such a paper, you need to do a lot of work. And I'm happy that I was given this opportunity and appreciated. And in Sweden, every year they have a virtual or a direct Ayurveda Day, Yoga Day, and that is when I presented this uh, topic. Here is something which I have been telling you, that everywhere you go to the market, you will see fish, 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 meat, meat, meat everywhere. So it is so scary. You can't eat anything outside, like you can't go to any hotel or restaurant, because you never know what is the oil or fat that is being used for frying. So only vegetables, fruits, lentils, rice, all that I bring and I cook. So making an advantage of the challenge. Here is an article I published, Ayurveda solution to microbial resistance. And the most important achievement, I would say, that I could do was I was invited as a speaker in the 9th National Latvian Conference for Physicians. Dr. Professor Valdis was kind enough to invite me as a speaker, and I had to speak about in this section like integrative treatment, global development, and opportunities in Latvia. So I spoke about, can Ayurveda and yoga integration be a acceptance, how it could be accepted. So every case that I presented was a single case study, so that because NIH has been working on whole person medicine. So that was, and we had Dr. Gopalakrishna from WHO. He was also an invited speaker. And this was the memento that was given. And here was the, so all these are, whatever I have published, I have put here. This is the conference, this is the museum. We have lots of museums here, a war museum, automobile. And the most important museum is the medical museum. Medical museum is something which inspired me a lot, which educated me a lot. And that is when I thought, अरे ये आयुर्वेद में बहुत कुछ है लेकिन world doesn't know about it. So that was the time when I thought, no, we really need to make this virtual. And these are the two articles that I wrote for common people: bladder control and constipation during old age, and childhood and teenage thing. I have been associated with Arogya Bharati from many years, and it has given me a lot of opportunities. It has made me also it has given me a lot of confidence. It has given me the confidence to speak in Hindi. It has given me confidence to speak. And apart from that, I would like to say that Arogya Bharati, apart from that, the other one was the Association of Shalaki. So before I can conclude, a very sincere thanks to Ministry of Ayush for deputing me, for guiding me, for providing everything possible. And then the International Indic Studies, University of Latvia, for having me here as the visiting professor. And Indian Embassy of Sweden and Latvia for being with me for every opportunity and for helping me spread Ayurveda. Thanks to my family for giving me this opportunity to come over, friends and patients for also giving me time. And a very big thanks to Dr. Professor Pawan Sharma ji and the team for making these beautiful seminars. And at the end, here is what I would like to say. Ayurveda moment is today. Stop not, awake and arise. It has become global and we really need to work for it and go for it. Thank you very much for giving me a patient listening. Namaste. Sir.
Excellent, madam. Excellent. Last word is very inspiring. Very inspiring. Really, today is the time. Tomorrow it will be or not be. But after Corona, God has gifted us this time and we must utilize this time well. I started this discussion of museum, madam, with respected Dr. Baghel when I was Vice President Imami Jhandu. We offered Jamnagar University that we will establish a Ayurvedic museum in your IPGT and R. I am also a student of IPGT and R. I did my MD in 89 in Rasashastra and Vesaji Kalpana under legend Rasashastri Professor Harishankar Sharma ji. But that was not materialized. That museum could not be, because Jamnagar is also the birthplace of Jhandu. So we were in Jhandu and we were desiring that one museum should be established there. So really you have done a great job. Before calling AYUSH Sharma ji again, I would like to request whether Rajan Patankar ji want to say something because he has to go. Whether Rajan Patankar ji from Mumbai. Whether Rajan Patankar.
Very excellent and beautiful and precise presentation by both the chairs. And I know them for so many days, I should say, but is for so many years. And Shantala ji is also connected to me through Healing Our Earth. That is a good motivative series by Neel Kumar ji. And so thank you, and I wish them a good success. And if any help need from our side or from IRES, we will be there for you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. AYUSH Sharma ji, now you come.
Great, sir. Wonderful listening to ma'am.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Right. And we keep discussing like our issues in real time. Every time I have an issue, I have got only one person to call, and that is Dr. Shantala Priyadarshini ji. And that is how we have never met in person. We know each other through, we are like e-friends, I should say. but she has been an immense support, and she guides me so well whenever like I'm in a problem. So really, and now Rajan Patankarji, of course, we take it without saying that you are always there for us to help and guide, sir. And there is a very special feeling when you represent India in any capacity. Then you kind of you become more responsible. You know, how do you behave, how you're talking, every gesture of yours, you know, does somehow somewhere leaves an impression about India to some new person. So we have to be more responsible, to be more creative, and I believe we'll be doing our best, and we'll bring out the best possible results. Pawan sir.
I have 2-3 questions. What is the age limit of chair? Number 1. What is the basic qualification for chair? Number 2, because it will be beneficial for everybody who will be watching on YouTube also. I welcome Dr. Kamini Dhiman from All India Institute of Ayurveda. Welcome, Dr. Kamini ji. Welcome.
नमस्कार.
हरिओम हरिओम. आज मत जाइएगा, आज ऑब्स्टेट्रिक फिस्टुला पे आपको बोलना है. हरिओम. ये हमारे लिए नया सब्जेक्ट है, इतना नया सब्जेक्ट है कि शिवजी भी हमसे पूछते हैं कि क्या बोलना है. शिवजी हमारे आदर्श हैं और हेड ऑफ द डिपार्टमेंट हैं बीएचयू के शल्य के. तो मैं आपसे आग्रह करूंगा पर्सनल आज कि आप थोड़ा रुकिएगा. विद इन 10 minutes we are going to start our next webinar on obstetric fistula, so please stay with us today. So I was asking the questions. Number 1, what is the age limit of this AYUSH chair? Number 2, what is the basic qualification of AYUSH chair? How it is being selected and how it is being sent to other countries? Madam has explained well the process of sending, selection, visa and certificate, everything. Then also, it will be beneficial for our YouTube viewers that they will understand the modus operandi of selection and deputing. Yes, Sharma.
Okay. Sir, I recall when interviews were called for the first time. It was June 2019 when the first like advertisement was made by the Ministry of Ayush, and the qualification mentioned was a professor, and the age was to be below 60. So for the I remember the date, January 20th, 2020. It was like I went for an interview and there were 55 people. And February, if I'm correct, was another session where another set of 55 people came, including Dr. Shantala Priyadarshini ji. And somehow, like from each day, one person was selected, and that's how we two are here. Later on, the qualification was opened up for associate professors as well, so that more people could apply and younger blood could come in. And that is how now associate professors are also applying. And surely you have to be like a postgraduate in Ayurveda, and then rest is your presentation, like your academic credentials and your communication skill and your past experience, what you have been doing. And I believe the Ministry of Ayush has been very critical, very fair, and yeah, so it's really a very, very wonderful opportunity for everyone to like look up to this, because as I told you, the ministry is working upon filling the vacant Ayurveda chairs also. As I told you, there are 15 chairs signed and only 2 are functional. 2 more are in pipeline to go. Still, there are many more countries which are still awaiting the first deputation. So I believe it will be, once it is done, then I believe like it will give a new boost to Ayurveda globalization in real sense, because the chair eventually has to get Ayurveda validated, get Ayurveda mainstreamed in that particular country, which is a very big challenge. But somehow we have to start from somewhere and keep inching towards our goal, and sooner or later we are bound to succeed. Pawan sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for your guidance. So I hope Dr. Vandana, where the Vandana Varanwal want to ask somebody asking phone number also. So Vandana ji, please.
So before I begin, I actually wanted to share something about my practice and Ayurveda in United States.
On this webinar, because our next webinar will be after 5 minutes.
So, sorry, can you say it again?
I would like to invite your comments on this webinar, particularly on Ayurvedic chairs.
Yes. So this is what I was looking for, a chance to talk about this and say something. Thank you for giving me this chance, sir. I live in Plain City, Ohio, and I have founded Ayurveda Association of Ohio. And these two presentations has been a great learning moment for me, because I have also been aspiring to form or to have an academic chair at our state university, Ohio State University. So it is a great learning experience for me. I am practicing here and I have registered my business as Ayurvedatri LLC with the state of Ohio. And my Ayurveda Association of Ohio is also registered with the federal government as 501c3 non-for-profit. And I have a board. I am the only Indian educated in India. I have my BMS, MD from Banaras Hindu University. When I moved here, I was already a professor in SDM College of Ayurveda, Hassan. The other board members are Americans who have studied, they are in other professions like engineer, nurse practitioner, nurse, and other professions who have studied Ayurveda here with California College of Ayurveda and Maharshi Institute of, which is now Maharshi University of Management. So what our colleagues are doing in other countries, supported by government, how they are thinking, how they are making projects and connecting with people, it is a challenge. I totally connect with that language. And when Madam said that being vegetarian, we see meat everywhere. In America now, vegetarian is becoming a rage, getting very popular. But 12 years back when I came here, it was hard to find. We used to read all the labels, whether there is gelatin in this ice cream or not. My son was young and finding. So luckily in India, we cook food at home. So we get grains, vegetables, lentils, and we enjoy our food. So getting food outside is a challenge. Practicing in Ohio and in America, where we do not have government support like our colleagues when they are working at university or in a country as an academic chair, the support that Ayush gives is a great thing that I would like to see here. And thank you so much for inviting me to this platform. And I am very thankful to Shantala Madam and Dr. AYUSH Sharma ji for sharing their experience and what they are doing.
So nice of you. Thank you. Please do join every day. Yes, Shantala ji want to say something.
I wanted to thank Mahapatra ji, who was a previous chair before I could join, and he guided me. And the other one, which if I don't say this, I would be doing a lot of injustice. Dr. Dhiman sir, who has not been my direct teacher, but we are all connected with the Association of Shalaki. And he was also a part of the selection committee wherein I was there. So it was his guidance that helped me in this after I joined. So Madam is here, Kamini Madam is here. So please convey my regards and best wishes to sir. And thank you very much for giving me this opportunity, sir. And my e-friend also has helped me. So maybe
No,
one
we
day
are
we
not
will meet.
friend,
Really.
we friend, virtual friend. We are virtual friends. We friends.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank
Yes.
you, thank you, thank you, madam.
Thank you very much,
So
sir.
nice of you.
Thanks a lot.
So now I would like to request Gurudev CV Jha sir for his valuable comments on the webinar. Gurudev, Adarani C.V. Jha sir. Pranam
I
sir.
am listening. Namaskar to all of you. I am also listening, enjoying the topic which discussed today. So it is better to proceed further in the next your webinar.
Okay,
Thank
sir.
you.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much. In the last, I would like to request Professor V.K. Agnihotri sir for his brief conclusion. In the meantime, I am shifting the webinar on YouTube for next webinar. It is the day to end obstetric fistula today. And two senior Prasuti Tantra and Stri Rog experts are with us, Dr. Vandana and Madam Kamini Divanji. Thank you. So I am shifting Agnihotri sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Professor Pawan Sharma ji. It's our great pleasure. Rather, I am thrilled with the joy that both the dignitaries, both the chairs had addressed in such a humble and soft, I should say, so pleasureful manner that I am really indebted